Well, obviously, disappointed in the outcome of the game, and give Oregon credit. And yet, the experience, to me, it's about the game, and it was, certainly this game. I appreciate and the guys put it out there, and yet everyone knows football. Did some things that make it harder to win, and we didn't overcome that. But appreciate this team a ton, and yet would have liked to have finished it obviously differently. We didn't, but appreciate this team a ton.
Thank you, Coach. We'll now open up the floor for questions. We have mic runners on both sides. Please raise your hand and state your name and outlet when asking a question. We'll start here on the front left.
Joseph DiPolito, Newsday. I'd like to ask Paul and Jonathan first about Jack Cohn's performance. What most impressed you about the way he played? And secondly, how Oregon's speed on defense, how much of that was a factor in what you weren't able to do offensively tonight?
Well, obviously, Oregon's got a good defense. Knew that coming in, and you had to earn everything you got. And Jack, I thought, the best part about Jack is he was himself. He's tough. He competes, incredibly selfless. He'll do anything for this team. And doesn't mean everything's always perfect, right? Never is for any player, but appreciate the way that he plays, and our guys around him know it. He'll do everything he can for him, but it's a good defense.
Yeah, adding on to Jack, from a player standpoint, I mean, he's in the huddle. He's like, we need it, guys, need it. 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. I mean, he brings us together in the huddle. He commands in the huddle, but we trust in Jack. So whenever he calls us to attention, we're right there with all ears because we know he's going to lead us to where we need to go. So I just feel like from a player standpoint, he was, like Coach said, he was very himself, and, we just trusted him all game.
We have another question in the front.
This is for the two players, I guess. 3 turnovers, 9 penalties, some mistakes on special teams. How uncharacteristic is that of you guys and as a program, and why do you think it occurred tonight?
Yeah, when you have those things happen in a game, it'll definitely hurt you. Possibly slim chance you could win, but it definitely puts you in a tough position when you have penalties, self-inflicted penalties, special teams problems, turnovers. So, but when you're playing an elite team like Oregon, a great team like that, they're going to capitalize on those mistakes. So I think that was the biggest part on us is, understanding that, we should have had to clean things up. You can't expect to win versus a team against like Oregon with turnovers, penalties, special teams issues. So, I think that definitely just played a factor in everything. Not playing clean Wisconsin football.
Yeah, I mean, we just weren't as clean as we should have been. They definitely capitalized on it. Hats off to them. There's a good team over there. Whenever you're playing a good team and you shoot yourself in the foot too many times, it definitely makes it harder and harder to win. But, at the end of the day, still needed to find a way to overcome that.
We have another question on the left. Standing.
Jeff Patrigas, Journal Sentinel. For Chris, you guys were disappointed with that loss to Ohio State. I'm guessing you think that you could have won this game today. Just can you sum up what you're feeling right now, your last game here?
Hurt, disappointment, more so in myself. You feel like you let your teammates down. If you're interested in a leadership position, you feel like you let them down when you can't find a way to pull through for them. But yeah, it's just it's a terrible feeling. This is the worst feeling in football, is to lose a game, and to know that it's your last time. It hurts even more. You hurt more for everybody else around you, more so than even yourself. So yeah, I would probably just say hurt.
We have a question up here on the right.
Chris, based on how your team performed last year, you were a big part about setting the tone for this year, going into off-season workouts, obviously beginning the season. You're leaving the team. Is there something that you can do to help kickstart that process for the guys who are returning? And Jonathan, if you want to address that question however you'd like, that'd be great too.
Oh, well, really, just tell the younger guys, Why you so loud? I looked over. Really, you know, when you just talk to the younger guys, you tell them you got to use this in the off season. I think that's the biggest thing. You know, especially, you know, after last year, you know, having the season that we had, you know, kind of not the season that we wanted to have, you know, you use that. You use that as fuel and motivation in the offseason to get bigger, stronger, faster. You get into spring ball. You start working and developing on your skills. And then when fall camp comes around, then it's time to earn your role. So I think that's the biggest thing is just using the season in your off-season workouts and spring ball.
Yeah, that's the same message that I would give everybody too. Is just to use this as fuel. You know, it should make you mad every day. This feeling that you have right now, you know, you should be mad, you should be hurt every day that you go in there to workouts. I told them take everything that you wish you could have done this year in a game that we might have fell short in, everything that you wish could have happened. If you wish we finished better, then you use that as your fuel in the offseason. You need to finish everything stronger. You know, if you need to create a turnover, whatever the case is, you know, you need to work on that all offseason.
Okay, we have another question on the left here.
Hi, Maggie Benoni, OC Register. Question for Chris and Paul. What kind of team leader and teammate is Jonathan?
I think, you know, Jonathan is he's everything that you'd want to be in a teammate, and you know, I've loved seeing his progression as a leader on this team, and unbelievable care for his teammates. That's where it starts, and unbelievable example of how you approach every day. And you know, as impressive as what he's done on the field, and it is incredibly impressive. Who he is and how he's done it is more impressive to me.
Yeah, I think his character, the type of person he is you know, it's hard to imagine. You know, I've told people in the interviews all the time, he's probably the humblest person I ever met. You know, if you met him and didn't know his name, you wouldn't know that he was the greatest college running back of all time. He's always been a leader, even when he was a freshman. You know, it was more so from action then, you know, from his work ethic. He was always one of the hardest workers, you know, and you appreciate that. He was always somebody who was never satisfied with anything that he's done. So you definitely appreciate that more. And then, you know, away from football, you know, he's a great friend. You know, and it just makes it easier and easier to be a great teammate when you're a great friend.
Okay, we have a question up here on the right.
Question for Jonathan. Talk about the play of your offensive, Steve Finley, Culver City Papers. Jonathan, talk about the play of your offensive line today.
Yeah, really, I think we did a good job we picked up a lot of pressures today. We also had our fair share of misses today as well. I think that's the biggest thing. When you go into a game, you would love to, you know, be spot on every single play, every single rep, play a perfect game. But of course, you know, that's not going to happen. But that's why you work. You work to play a perfect game. But I think we did a good job at communicating. I mean, if there was something new that we haven't seen or if there was something that we missed, we were communicating. And I think that's the biggest thing. No matter what offensive line, running back combo, anywhere around the country, as long as you're communicating, things will work out, you know, in your favor.
Hey, thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more scores, highlights, and analysis, you can download the ESPN app. You've got the ESPN app, right?
Honestly, on Saturdays for college football fans, if you don't have the ESPN app, that's the lifeline for every college football fan. So you have to have that. The live streaming now, ESPN Plus. To me, it's the only way to go.
ESPN Plus was key for me recently. Got to get ESPN Plus. Arkansas State, Troy, down to the wire.
Loving it.
Superdog winner. Thanks to ESPN Plus.